2025 is set to be a huge year for anime fans. There's almost too many highly anticipated premieres to keep track of, so here's a top 10 best new anime of winter 2025 that you can't miss out. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the list. Number 10. Behineko the Elf Girl's cat is secretly an S-ranked monster. Behineko is an action fantasy anime with funny moments and a great animation. This is a fun RPG-styled fantasy series which requires little mental commitment. The show is almost like Inukai-san's dog, but with a kitten who's really a behemoth monster, fun until it likely goes too far. The story features an unnamed knight that is resurrected in a dungeon as a behemoth, one of the most powerful monsters in the world. The only problem is that a baby behemoth looks like an adorable house cat. Things grow even more confusing when a beautiful elf adventurer rescues him from the brink of death rather than finishing him off. This housecat/knight's baffling journey is just getting started. The show is not for everyone, but it's fun. Number 9. I left my A-rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths. The show seems like a typical fantasy show, the likes of which we see every single season. I can imagine that many fantasy fans won't see anything special here. The animation is average and the main character's abilities are nothing we haven't seen before, but there are many small positive elements that add up to this anime, like the main character is surprisingly solid. He's aware of how valuable he is, but he's not arrogant. He stands up for himself, but with minimal theatrics. The story follows Yuka Feldio, who has been mistreated by his A-rank party Thunder Pike. They aren't giving him a fair share of the pay for quests and aren't reimbursing him for all of the potions and items he uses to help them. That's causing him to quit. Yuka joins an all-female adventurer party as they defeat dungeons one after another. Watch the anime to find out what will happen to Yuka. Number 8. Even given the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. The story of the show introduces a unique twist where the seemingly useless appraiser skill reveals its hidden potential. With a compelling narrative and an engaging cast of characters, there is something very real in how our protagonist has internalized the abuse he suffers. The art direction and soundtrack and editing is above average, as well as some smart narrative choices have turned this uber-generic premise into something quite intriguing. In a fantasy world where jobs are God-given from birth and heroes are born, not made, Ein's job as appraiser has put him about as far from the hero pedestal as possible, used and abused and eventually abandoned by his fellow adventurers. Ein decides it just isn't worth going on. Lucky for Ein, the end may just be the beginning as well as a new lease on life. Turns out his worthless job may just be the key to becoming a hero after all. Number 7. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. The trope where an overly powerful character tries desperately to hide their strength from everyone else is often considered to be obnoxious, but a new fantasy comedy anime proving there's a right way to portray it. The show offers a unique twist on the genre by combining action-packed battles and dungeons with workplace drama. The story follows Alina Clover, who signed up to be a receptionist for the Adventurers Guild thinking it would be her ticket to the good life. Unfortunately, her dream turns into an overtime nightmare whenever the adventurers get stuck clearing a dungeon. To save herself from a mountain of paperwork, Alina takes to beating down monsters herself to solve the problem. Now she just needs to keep her activities secret. Watch the anime to find out what will happen to Alina. Number 6. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. The show is a fantasy anime that explores the adventures of a legendary alchemist in a magical world. The anime blends alchemy and action and adventure to tell the story of a powerful alchemist and his quest for ultimate knowledge and power. The production quality is up to standard in terms of animation and voice acting and soundtrack, but the art style is a bit generic. Takumi Iruma gets accidentally mixed in with a group of heroes chosen to be summoned to another world. As compensation for the mix-up, a goddess offers him the right to choose any skill he wishes for. Hoping for a peaceful and quiet life that has nothing to do with fighting or going into battle, he chooses a seemingly boring creation skill. However, it turns out alchemy is the most powerful skill that allows him to create everything. Number 5. Amiku MD Dr. Detective. Amiku MD is a mystery drama anime that blends medical investigations and detective work. The series is filled with intriguing medical cases that evoke curiosity and keep the audience engaged with the expectation of a resolution. Each episode offers a new story with unique characters, making the series both dynamic and unpredictable. If nobody in the Tenakai General Hospital can figure out what's going on with a patient, that patient is sent to the brilliant and eccentric Dr. Takao Amiku. She tends to eschew pleasantries and is quick to focus on cases that spark her curiosity, and occasionally butting heads with hospital administration or even the police. The show explores not only medical issues, but also ethical dilemmas, making it a unique and engaging series. Number 4. I Have a Crush at Work. If you've grown tired of teenage characters or school settings for your romance anime, I Have a Crush at Work is proving so far to be a lighthearted comedy that's easy to watch and enjoy. The show also offers a unique perspective on workplace culture and highlighting both its challenges and quirks. What makes this series enjoyable is both of the main characters have enough personality and traits that make them likable. The story follows Tatishi and Mitsuya, who are office colleagues, and they are the last people anyone would expect to get along, especially with their constant office quarrels. However, looks can be deceiving and they are actually dating and afraid to lose the peace of their professional lives. Yui and Masugu play up their discord even more to ensure nobody discovers their secret. Number 3. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf is a fantasy reverse isekai anime that introduces a unique way in which characters travel between worlds, further distinguishing itself from even the most popular isekai anime. The show mixes elements of adventure and comedy while introducing a fun reverse isekai concept where a fantasy character experiences modern Japan for the first time. Kazuhiro's only hobby is sleeping. Ever since he was a kid, he would enter a wondrous world within his dreams and go on thrilling adventures. One day he goes on an adventure with an elf girl called Marie. He became friends within his dream world, but it's put to an abrupt halt when they both get scorched with a dragon's breath. As he wakes from his dream, he notices Marie sleeping beside him, and that's the start of Kazuhiro and Marie new adventures through Japan. Number 2. Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is a hilarious action-packed anime about a humble convenience store owner and great family man who constantly plagued by hitmen trying to collect the huge bounty on his head. The show mixes action and comedy, showing Sakamoto's clever ways to handle trouble while keeping his family safe. It's a fresh take on the action genre, blending everyday life with exciting battles. The anime follows the story of a hitman named Sakamoto, known for his talent for assassination. However, after meeting a girl, he abandons this profession and gets married. He now lives a happy life as a convenience store clerk. Even though he has left the hitman business, the people from his previous workplace might not let him go so easily. This is one of the most highly anticipated anime series of the entire year. I highly recommend this show. And number 1 goes to Medalist. Medalist is a story about breaking through barriers and focuses on the beginning of a figure skater's career rather than centralizing on seasoned pros. I'm not the world's biggest fan of figure skating, but I've really enjoyed the show. The story truly excels due to its writing, which arms with instantly lovable characters and relatable stories about trying to either achieve our dreams or reconfigure said dreams when life gets in the way. Tsukasa Akuraji always dreamed of becoming a competitive solo figure skater, but starting too late in life meant his ambitions never got off the ground. For years he was content with being a shell of his former ambitions, that is until he met a little girl in whom he saw himself. Inori Uetsuka, a 5th grader so desperate to skate that she practiced in secret, she was branded as useless by everyone around her. With a newfound conviction and unwillingness to let another passionate skater go down the same road as him, Tsukasa takes on the responsibility of coaching her and promises to make Inori a medalist. What's your thoughts on this list? If I missed an anime and you want to share it with the community, or if you have any anime list suggestions, leave it in the comment down below, and make sure to check the channel for more and subscribe and ring the bell icon if you don't want to miss out of future videos. I will see you in the next one.